What's up everyone, welcome back to another video of Bees from Simulator. This time it's not a test room video because we've pretty much covered already everything and well the update is already out. Now it's a problem that I've seen that's going on right now. Most blue hives are already pretty advanced, or people that went blue hive because it was good. And now they don't really know what to do, and maybe they go red, maybe they don't. If you're not one of those people that you're already way too far in and you don't want to go red, this is a blue hive just for you. It kind of takes into account all the changes that have been on this update, and in case you don't know that, this is the new blue hive comp which I've been using for the couple of days that the update has been out, and I personally think it's really good. There still might be changes on the future, but so far it takes into account all the changes that have been for blue hives. And in case you don't know what the changes are, basically buoyant bees were nerfed. We all pretty much know that buoyant bee has this ability called the blue bomb plus, but it got changed to blue bomb. It's not too much, but the change is there. And tadpole bees, which were kind of left over just on the back there, which is pretty much no one really used more than 8. I mean, if you were a solo hive you use 10, but they've been buffed. All the bubbles have been buffed basically, so now blue hives kinda work around bubbles and bombs at the same time, instead of all bombs like it was before. So basically this hive comp that I made is basically just taking all the changes and more or less mixing a bit between bubbles and bombs, as you can see. So that's how the comp. The list is basic bee. 20% more pollen, who doesn't want that? It's one of the best bees in the game, pretty much you have gifted, and every single hive needs one, so there you have it. Bumblebee. 15% more bomb pollen. If you overfill, you might not want to keep this, but that's on you pretty much. It depends if you overfill and you underfill. I recommend you have one, so your balloons will grow bigger, and then you gain a lot of more honey. Next up, Bumblebee. 10% more capacity. If you underfill, don't have it, and otherwise just keep it. It's 50% more bubble pollen, because that's the new buff. And obviously, why wouldn't you want that? Cool bee, 50% more blue pollen. Again, if you overfill, don't have this, but I recommend having one either way. You can do whatever you want. A looker bee, critical power. Everyone pretty much needs that. Stubborn bee. This is a bit dependent. If you don't macro, I wouldn't say you have to keep this, but rather change it for a hasty bee if you just boost. But if you macro, it's always good to use stubborn. For example, I'm macroing right now, so I have a stubborn bee, but whenever I'm gonna boost, I just change the stubborn for a hasty bee, and that's pretty much it. Next up, a bumblebee. This is a bee that wasn't needed before, but now with the buff, it's actually really useful now. So now it's 50% more bubble pollen, which it's notably good. It's actually really nice, so I recommend you keep it. Bucklebee, more blue feed capacity. It's always needed, more plus blue boosts. Obviously you want this in your hive. Commander bee, critical chance. Critical power is really good, and critical chance makes that happen. So critical hits is basically something that you need on pretty much all of the hives to make some good amounts of honey. So I recommend you always have a commander bee. Frosty bee. 30% blue bomb pollen. Again, if you overfill by too much, maybe don't keep one, but I always recommend you do have one. Now we go to the legendary bees, and first of all we have diamond bee. Convert rate, we need to convert those massive balloons that we get while macroing and boosting, so this is always a go-to. Music bees. Now, a lot of you are going to be screaming at me. I know that, oh my god, you have 3 music bees, you should have 4. I'm right now checking about how that goes. I use 3 right now. I think I'm keeping up my focus pretty well. I have a kazoo as well on one of my buoyant bees, so I have the melody. So right now I think I don't need it, but if you want to run 4, I would recommend you run 4 if you don't have a kazoo or any other focus makers. So you should definitely have 4 music bees. A ninja bee. It's a bit optional, but it gives blue bomb plus, which is basically like a mini buoyant. It's good for haste when you boost, because on it is trying to nerf macroing and implement more boosting. Bee move speed it's alright, I guess, but the main thing that I want to use, that's why you want to use ninja bee, is because of the bubbles. They got that 15% more pollen for every gifted you have, every blue bee gifted. and obviously you want another one. Buoyant Beats. Buoyant Beat, who doesn't want a Buoyant Beat? Gives you more capacity, really good with that. And then the balloons, and even though it got nerfed, the blue bomb is still really good overall. Fuzzy Bee, I keep it for the bomb power, but if you have a Fuzzy ult, I guess you could remove it as well, but that's on you. Tadpole Bee, I personally run 12 right now because, as you know, bubbles have been buffed a bit, Tadpole Bee especially, and now it's actually pretty good meta, I think. And also for RBC, Tadpole Bees are very, very good for that because of the frogs. So pretty much I recommend you keep around 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't recommend you go past 15 though. And thanks to Tadpole Bees, you can also give way bigger pop stars as well. Bear Bee, if you have it, go get it. If you don't, just change it for a Tadpole or Buoyant or whatever you have. I don't recommend you use Cobble Bee because it's instant blue conversion, which is pollen that doesn't go into the balloons. So I don't recommend you use it. Digital Bee, if you have it, go on. Just replace one of your Buoyants. That's what I do when I get it. But I'm a Blue Hive and on it doesn't seem to be buffing Blue Hives yet for RBC, so I don't have it yet. Gummy Bee, Honey by Pollen, more goop. What is a question? You obviously need one, it's very good. Photon Bee, I also wouldn't keep it because the same reason as Cobalt, because if you have it also gifted, Beamstorm won't even fill your balloons. And 50% instant conversion, I mean, it's not that great. It doesn't go to balloons. Tabby Bee, pretty much well, now with Digital Bee, it's the second best event bee in the game. Why wouldn't you want this? You obviously need this. Vicious Bee, I don't run one in my hive right now, but if you already have it gifted, you can surely keep it for that 15% more pollen from bubbles. So if you have it, you can keep it for that Blue Bomb Plus, but I only exchange a couple of bees to do RBC with it, and that's it. And here is already a debate between Blue Hives and a lot of people is, do you want to keep a Windy Bee? In my opinion, if you have a Taddled or you back row with friends and you just boost with friends, surely you can have a Windy Bee because, I mean, you pop more bubbles with it, you gain some materials as well, which is very good, and that double pulp boost from clouds really helps in boosts. So I recommend you have it if you're boosting, but if you don't want to have it, that's fine. And yeah, that's pretty much for the video today. See you next time.